So still, I'm gonna ask you. Still, you come from a long line of podcasters. How does it feel when you see, people try to imitate?
Oh, I saw that from the gate, man. You got to remember.
And there's so many cats that you have probably come across that are now podcasters themselves.
A lot of people, man, that we gave a start to.
Exactly.
People, like a lot of people that that got really big platforms now. I got to think about it. We had Charleston White. We got Math Offer. He was signed to Digital Soapbox for a minute. I ain't gonna say I did this for him, but he definitely,
definitely
I helped him out a little bit, but he had this already. He was already on his ascension. Do
you feel people come on your podcast, and by being on your podcast, or maybe even just coming around and watching, that they got an idea of how to run their and then ran off and did they?
You know what, man? I never actually had a problem with that, though, man. I think that's how people should do, because my whole thing is this. I don't necessarily have the bandwidth to sit up and just supervise everybody. You feel what I mean? So some people, if I give you the jewel, that don't mean that I'm gonna start spending my money every week on you, because it costs money to start a podcast. People don't understand that. They think, I do my podcast. Well, what we gonna do with that? Well, we could do it where you doing it. It costs money to go up in there. Yep. So now you want me to spend anywhere from $200 to $500 every week on some I don't know that's gonna work. That add up. That's not a lot of money, but when you start multiplying that times 4 times a month, that's a couple racks a month. That's a mortgage note, a mortgage note, a cell phone bill, and some other shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, I see people going to go do their shit, man. What I don't like is the people that straight up just bite what you do.
I heard somebody that steal everything. Like when I asked him, my whole intro of me talking, a guy, he did the whole thing, but he always be calling me. I ain't gonna put him out there. He was like, he be like, I'm doing a podcast today. I'm like, podcasting. Then when I watch his, I'm like, ooh, he doing my same line, how I do it, the same everything how I ask my guests. Like I'm like, okay, I'm finna switch my up then. Let me switch it up a little bit. Okay, let me do something that he won't do.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. But as a podcaster, you have to consistently re-evolve your shit, but yet stay the same to the people that's with you. Because the thing about it is, the one thing I do know, you're not going to be able to keep everybody happy.
Right.
It's going to be some motherfuckers that no matter what you do, they going to be pissed off at it. Okay, you want this nigga on the show, we bring him on. It's another nigga that's mad that this nigga's on the show. So you really just have to do what the you go do what you want to do.
You know how many people I had called me for a certain guy that was on my show. He's like, oh, this person dirty, this person got paperwork. I'm like, I don't care, I'm doing business. This is business. But see, I don't let nobody know who's coming on my show until after we finish the show.
But that's the big thing now, especially with y'all generation. I noticed before the era I was brought up in, if a dude had paperwork, that was between that dude and whoever the nigga was he snitched on.
You're right.
You feel what I'm saying? It didn't have nothing to do with me. And if you were go to address him, if you wasn't go bust that man's head open or address the motherfucking crime, you shut the fuck up and move on because it ain't your business.
Exactly.
Nowadays, everybody, you got people that don't have nothing to do with
That's the old people that's on there putting out.
Well, that's because that has become a very popular subject for content creation.
And people used to get hurt for that, though.
Regular conversations and trying to be, spark someone's curiosity just by your conversation and your ability to connect with your guest is like a thing of old. Now, it's about a lot of he told on who. I got so-and-so paperwork and they told on. And then the crazy about it is a lot of this be reflected on some that happened 20 years ago or 15 years ago.
You guys understand who cares? Like, don't nobody really care out.
Which,
you know what I'm saying?
Which is my thing. Yeah. Like, but within the podcasting game, it has become a very feedable subject. Like I said, niggas be curious about bullshit. Oh, Dan told on Steve, and you for real?
Okay,
what'd he do?
Yeah.
And it don't matter when or how or what. It's just for the fact that it's brought to the attention now. This generation feeds on like that.
Pinocchio, we gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.